Doesn't matter. Hello.
Well,
Welcome everybody. Today is Thursday, April 9, 2015, and I have a new channel, a new guest who just recently started channeling, but he is committed, and I watched his video. He's sharp. So Ivan Teller. Uh,
well,
so when did you start?
um, as for the channeling, I can go back to. Let me give you a little bit more history. I didn't know I was psychic until I was 31. I went to a hypnotist um, that does past life regression and everything. And all of a sudden, I did meditation at home, and all of a sudden, I feel spirits talking to me. I hear them. I mean, I've always had them touch me all the time. They can hit me so hard, move my arm, and so I've had all that. So I started doing readings, and little by little, I didn't have much of a teacher, so I sort of shut down for a while. And beginning in 2014, my guide woke me up and said, for me to become a professional psychic. So, okay, I just wanted to do that. So I tried a couple of methods. I went on Meetup. I found a psychic circle, and they also did psychic classes. That's in the Tampa Bay area. So I went there, and during the circle, they said I was a good reader. And so I started attending all the classes, learned about protection, which is, if you're going to go into psychic work, you should know about how to protect yourself and everything that goes with negative entities, all that. Going about it blind is not a good idea. And everything went great. Everything was fine. We did what is it, psychic fairs. And it's one thing about psychics is I said in my YouTube videos that there's usually drama that goes on within psychics, ego and all that. I'm not part of that. I don't want to be anything, but even my mentor is very egotistic, unfortunately. So I walked away from it for a while, and I was pursuing writing also. I wanted to become a writer, and one of the psychics mentioned that. It's like, wow, I should do that. So I got not psychic classes. So I actually pursued writing instead of to figure that out. So I wrote actually a book, like the last 6 months, and I found your channel. It took me, if you really want to know how I found you guys, it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I was at work, and it was quiet there. It was early in the morning, and my spirits talk to me every once in a while. They just give me a thought. They give me a thought of what was it? Reptilian channeling.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. So I went on YouTube, of course, and that's where I found your channel.
Wow.
That was the riser, the first riser. It was like 30 minutes long with him. So that got me hooked. So I said, man, I'm gonna write fiction about this stuff. It's awesome, and this stuff is just, I can't wait to finish this book so I can work on another one. And well, I have an interesting. This might as well add this. My next book is going to be about Atlantis, because I thought about that since high school. So I thought about when I have like an ancient astronaut, kind of like that new Interstellar movie. Astronauts, on ancient Atlantis, and one realizes that there's like reptilians around, but everybody thinks he's nuts. Like, okay, maybe I'm just nuts, and then he gets in a fight with one of them, and anyway, he kills one. And this is all in my head. I didn't tell anybody about this, and then I had, it sounds nuts, but I was leaving Starbucks. I was in my car, and I heard a voice saying, "You can't defeat us." It's like, jeez. I know what I heard. It was muffled, but I know what I heard. So that kind of turned my, me from fiction to maybe doing, maybe looking into this for real. So I can when I do psychic, readings, I can just tap into people and read their energy. So why not do that with aliens? So I did that with, reptilians. I did it with actually, it's one of your videos I'm not sure which one it was. He brought up Anunnaki, and one of the channelings said the Anunnaki is here. So that's strange. Anunnaki's here. So I just put I put my energy towards Anunnaki, and then I tapped in their energy, and I did tap into their energy because I felt that like an 8-9 foot tall entity with energy just vibrating. So it's like, so anyway, that was wild. I was like, I didn't see that one coming. And then, so I started tapping into alien energy basically and just writing what I picked up on a spreadsheet. And of course, I tapped into the reptilians again. And they know when I'm doing it. And I heard, I was in my car again. And I hear this voice right behind my neck. And it's at night. I heard a voice and said, yeah, you think you're really smart, don't you? I mean, when you listen, I mean, when I tell you what they say, it's like it sounds like them. It really does. So, long story short, so I thought about doing lectures about this stuff and becoming like a David Icke or something. And I thought about channeling, doing this like Jim does, but it's like, I'm not sure if that's right for me or not. And did the first lecture and something, it's like, I'm not sure if any of this stuff is right or not. So I thought more and more about it. And there's an organization, I'm not sure if you heard of them, called MUFON.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have an organization here. Of course, I tried to contact them recently. They never got back to me. But so it would be neat if I go meet these people and you can channel an alien. So that got me like, sure, why not? So I went on YouTube and I found a psychic named Betsy Morgan. She has a channeling audio, one-headed channel.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. I wouldn't recommend this to people that aren't familiar with this because I kind of have a history. Because if you don't know what you're doing, because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know how to protect myself. So anyway, I bought the channeling and I tried. I was going to do one of Jim's channelings, but the time and everything, for the lessons. So I just tried it on my own, and I went through the process. My guide she wanted to use her guide or Ryan to go through this, and that didn't feel right. So basically, as I was going through the meditation, my guide took over and said, do this, and next thing you know, I'm channeling my guide. First, that was the first channeling I ever did. And then the second one was a Zeta, the one that I've been channeling left and right now. So it's been quite interesting ever since then.
So you started channeling recently. Aliens, you started channeling sometime recently. Do you have a date?
About a month.
A month.
Been a month. It hasn't been that long. I don't have a date on me right now.
So in March, sometime in March.
Yes.
Wow.
I can probably bring up a date.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, March. It's good enough. So yeah, it's been pretty weird. It's been, in my guide says I'm more connected to the aliens than I am this place.
So Jim is channeling about, I would say, maybe a couple years, more or less, just a little bit less than a couple years. 1 year and 9 months, I think. And almost every week we have a video, at least one video in a week. So it's a huge archive now.
Yeah, I watch it. I've been watching your stuff. Never thinking I can actually do this. Never once think like, geez, this is. And it's funny how I found you guys, and then I find the other ones afterwards. So that's kind of interesting because I can channel other entities like Jim can. Not many do that, I don't think. At least it's not always recommended. Also, I don't know. I feel like with the Greys, I have some sort of contract. I have history with them, positive. So what I feel is that this is part of the ascension. I've done this in the other lifetimes. I feel like I have some, like the Yahyel, I have connections with them. So this is all, I don't know about their reptilians. I feel like I have an ascension. I was part of their ascensions, if they even have one. One thing I picked up about, I haven't channeled them recently, but a reptilian, like a diplomat in the Alpha Draconian area. And what I got was I was a high-ranking reptilian. That's interesting. During past life, sometime. So I'm known by what I've done. So that's interesting.
The last thing you said, I didn't hear. Known.
Uh, he said I was a reptilian. Said I was a diplomat. Reptilian said I was a high-ranking reptilian in a past life.
That I heard. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. So I
So,
definitely have.
are you ready to start? I don't know
Yeah.
who should I invite. I guess one invitation would be open invitation. Maybe some of your contacts have messages for me or for my circle of human colony people, or maybe anybody has questions to me. I would be happy to answer the questions as I can. And my interest is to I think it's called cofabulate, to verify whatever comes through Jim. I wasn't
Yeah.
able to get much verification of what he says. Basically, whoever channels, they give a story which is linked to what Jim says, but it's never anything which kind of independently originates. So I wonder if there is, if anybody can come who knows that stuff, who knows Jim's contacts and can give another perspective from on that independent perspective.
I understand. Well, I can tell you right now, the gray wants to. I'm not sure what. Ever since I've been doing this, like the reputation between the grays and the other species have seemed to have improved. At least when the Lyrans, they seem to have improved.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh,
It's a reputation of grace?
yeah, the grays, the zetas seemed relationship between the zetas and the Lyrans seemed to have improved recently. At least
Okay,
between I'm talking to.
okay.
So that one might want to come through. He seems to want to come through and chat a little bit. That one's, and then whoever else comes through. I don't know.
Sounds good.
I can usually feel them when they come around, but yeah, whoever you want will definitely move in. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. Yeah, this will take a few minutes. Okay.
No problem.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I am a Lyran.
Hi. Woo-ha.
Oh, I am not necessarily part of your alliance with the ones you're familiar with. To occur, I am a separate part of a separate, however you want to call it. I want to explain the situation here. We are working on several different groups, different channelers. Oh, by the way, you can call me whichever you like. I am a female, part of a ship that scouts the North American area,
Okay.
mostly around Alaska. By the way, your governments aren't exactly friendly to us, but we are making do with that. But this ascension process is we're going to be channeling several of your humans to wake up the population, to put the idea in that we exist and that we are peaceful. Of course, that's according to your Hollywood movies. No alien species is that friendly. So the whole point of this is to relax the population before we do a mass awakening that we exist, because we can come through dreams and ideas, but we're holding back on that right now. You have any questions?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a way to communicate to me directly?
One moment. One moment. I must. Through telepathic means.
Yeah, any means. Telepathic, electronic.
Which would you prefer? Let's put it that way.
Telepathic would be fine. A visit to your ship would be great. Um, Showing up on my screen would be great. Showing up in my room would be wonderful.
Show up in your room would be will work. Telepathic information we will broadcast to you. But we are constantly being monitored, so we have to be careful of what we.
Of course, I'm not asking you to put yourself in danger in any way.
So we are limited in that matter, but we are working on it. But yes, we will, mostly telepathic information will be found to you to help understand these different channels that are coming through day by day. More will be waking up. It's usually many are afraid to go this route, so we have to work with what we have, obviously. This isn't exactly normal, but we are working with the spirit world also in some ways.
I want to be channeling, so I would invite positive aliens and spirits to channel through me. I trust Lyrans. Because of Takura, I trust Lyrans.
Yes.
Pleiadians I trust as well. Yahyel I love.
Yes.
So these would be my natural choices.
Yes, that's why I was chosen to come through here, because I'm a familiar species, let's put it that way. Not necessarily familiar voice, but familiar in that route. Oh, as for your channeling, you wish to channel yourself, correct? You'd be able to.
I would be interested in channeling like Jim does and as Ivan does.
That is obviously not my choice. I would say in time it will happen.
When you say it's not your choice, you mean It's not your decision. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Of
Yes.
course,
Yes.
that's fine. Tell me, have you met any of our friends face to face, like Takur? Did you meet her face to face?
Yes. I'm on a not necessarily day to day. I am on a different ship on a different mission, but she is knows of me.
Tell me your impressions of her. Something which is mm, would be fine to announce, like some normal stuff. Is
There
she taller? How is she different from normal, from average?
other Lyrans or other
From
human,
average Lyran. How do you perceive her?
very honest, more honest than most. Very tall, obviously, that has been described. Honesty is, you would say, can cut right through you if you're being, you know, if you're being dishonest, she can go right through that. Basically, if you're not being full front with her, she will see that and bring it forward and correct you to make you more honest and more forthright. Because not many, all of us are working, but we're not always. Sometimes we're, I would say, sometimes afraid to be totally honest, depending on what's going on. Some situations you don't want to say the whole truth, but yeah, she is very warm-hearted and very kind and
What are
helpful.
your formal relationship with her? Is there a protocol which you follow? You're from different parts of Lyran's structure.
Yes, I how do I describe it? Um, I'm going to say of different fleets with different agendas, different workings. We're not necessarily working with the weather. We work with more communications with other species, more of we don't deal with the weather area, more communications and keeping the peace, basically, more diplomatic, you know, intentions to make sure that other species know that we're not on the attack or, that we're being peaceful and not negative, not trying to take over anything.
Are you working on a purely Lyran ship, or is it mixed, like the curry is on a mixed mission?
Yes, there's actually Palladians. No, more Palladians than Yahyel. Some Yahyel,
Did you say Yahyel?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Some, but more Palladians because they interact with your Earth more. They come to
Uh-huh.
our ship to communicate, and then they go down to your planet to raise the vibration to do their work.
Are you dealing with human hybrids?
Yes, yes, but we're also dealing with, not sure the word of this, but also Palladians that go down to your Earth to mingle and to lighten the tension. They go as human.
Hmm.
The Palladians do this. They go down and they interact with the human race, and they sort of lift the energy, break away any sort of tensions. They're on certain missions. It's kind of complicated, but they come to our ship to relax a little bit. Let's put it that way.
Now I ask the question. You're welcome to refuse to answer it. Ashtar Command and Galactic Federation. What's your relationship to them?
More of the Ashtar. We
Yeah.
are a fleet of that.
You're a fleet of Ashtar Command.
Yes.
Okay.
Partly we are also with Takurs also a little bit of both in that regard.
How do you name their? What would be the word which you use for Takur's? How would that congregation alliance?
This vessel doesn't have a. One thing about this one, names don't translate very well. Yes, I,
Can you give us some name which is appropriate to give us, like your language name or Yahyel language name, if it is appropriate?
this is the name of the fleet that she's a part of, or the
The alliance, political alliance.
political alliance. Isn't that the? Oh,
I don't want to stretch you. Don't worry. No problem. If you don't want to give a name, that's fine. Who else did you meet from people we know? Did you meet this dude?
yes, on occasion, not on more political talking. Just small talk, nothing complicated, nothing like that.
How is this dude considered by your peers?
Very well loved, definitely.
Loved?
Yes,
Oh wow.
taking the next step, helping us move to the next step of the Earth's evolution. Takes a big, definitely helping us move in that direction, help the Earth. You know, we're he has a good reputation here. Let's put it that way.
How much do you know about human colonies in space?
I know about it. I'm not part of it, but I know quite a bit about it. Haven't been to the colonies, but I know about it.
Um, would your alliance be interested in establishing human colonies, similar to what Tucker and this dude do?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Um, so I would invite you to come with an invitation, and we'll post it on the website, and people could volunteer to visit your colonies when you're ready.
Sure, that sounds interesting. Yes, we talk with concur to Kerr about it. And we'll discuss with these two about that, and maybe assist with them or create our own. Creating our own seems to be the better idea. Yes, we'll do that.
Because I think it would be very important for you, for more of the your peers to speak to more of our volunteers.
Yes, we try to understand human species, but obviously we are on a different page, as you call it. But we have watched the species and tried to mingle with it, but it's hard to go down or you say go down to that level, but to have that same thinking process as humans do.
How many humans have you met physically Earthens?
And two.
Was it in space?
No, it was on Earth. I went down on
Oh,
Earth.
you went down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But you deal with extraterrestrial humans, right? There is many of them around, right?
Yes.
The ones from the space, the ones from Era and other planets, right?
Yes.
But they have a different way of thinking than Earth humans, do they?
Yes, definitely. It's hard to adapt. Some have it down, but many of us just look at your systems and just say, what are they doing? Especially the money system. It's another way of control. It's unfortunate how it's being used morally against the people than for the people.
Yep, yep, yep. Have you read my book by any chance?
No, but I know of it. I'll take a look at it now.
Thank you. Do you have any questions to me?
Not at this moment. we would like to communicate with you more often in the future. And whatever questions you have, we're more trying to answer whatever you have.
Thank you.
Nothing
Uh,
else.
when we invite you next time, we need to know some reference. So far, you didn't give any specific reference. Would you like to give your name or a nickname or any reference so we can invite you again?
One moment. Um, Call me Theresa. Seems to go well with me.
Interesting. Theresa came to my attention. The word Theresa was on my mind for a couple of days.
Really, that is very
I
nice.
guess you grabbed it from there. What is your how young are you relative to other Lyrans, percent-wise?
Percent-wise,
Yeah.
percent-wise.
Are you young, middle age, older?
Yeah, middle age.
Okay. Do you have children?
No, not at the moment. Right now, I'm too busy working, but I will be having children.
Are you considering contributing your DNA to hybrids down on the Earth?
Yes, I would consider that once I look through everything and make sure it's the right thing to do. But yes, I'd like to do that.
I bet some of the Earthens would be interested in having hybrid children with you in space.
Yes, it should be quite interesting. We're still, human nature is, of course, still, I would say, at least on your planet, is foreign to us, many of us, because of the ways, the thinking, the mindset of what's been planted. But yes, there's much potential there, that's for sure. Once you are free of all the programming that's been done, it'd be amazing what the human race is capable of.
What is your way of watching our culture? How do you collect information about us? Do you read our books, watch our television, or any of that sort?
Yes, we do all those things. We communicate with other species that are closer to your planet. Sometimes we are above the planet, outside, in your solar system, not always, in your skies. We, through the Palladians, they go on your planet and speak, interact. That's one way we do that. So we gather information through several different ways.
So what is your closest circle, which is easy for you to communicate? How many? I guess you're on a ship and you mostly communicate with your peers on the ship.
Yes.
Is it right? So how many roughly? Like 10, 20, 50?
How many is on the ship?
Mostly like your close circle, which is like where you communicate every day.
Oh, the close circle, who I communicate with? How many
Yeah.
species?
No, just people. Just
People.
entities.
Entities.
Like 10, 20 you communicate normally every day, easy. Like pals, co-workers.
Oh, co-workers. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, 20 is a good number.
All right. So, Theresa, we invite our human colony community down here. It's over 100 people. We invite your friends to come to us telepathically and communicate to us telepathically. Many of us are trained in telepathy. Some of us are psychic. So we invite your peers and you to visit us telepathically.
I want to tell you right now, I got a message. I want to tell many Palladians are interested in speaking with you, if that's okay with you.
Yes, we are welcoming that.
Yes, they're positive. Not many are of a blue color, very positive, and they will be saying hello in different ways around you, telepathically, and some might make an appearance if you're ready for it.
Yes, we all our community is consists of volunteers who are really think about you every day and dream of meeting you as soon as possible. You know, most of us have applied electronically, so you can watch our electronic system, and there are electronic applications who specifically say which person applied for what. It's pretty easy to find it out. It's all on my Gmail. It's called, I forgot the name of the Gmail. Sign up to go at gmail.com.
Yes, I'm aware of it through this vessel, so I can read his.
Yeah, sign up to go. It's, I'm sure it's very easy for you to access this mailbox. It has all the applications.
Yes, I want to make sure that you know that many Palladians are actually very interested in this because they are more like the human race and look more human, let's put it that way, more accepting. Many of them will be very interested. That way they're not, bringing any fear to anyone, let's put it that way. But definitely.
I interrupted you when you were describing your relationship to Galactic Federation of Light. Are you officially part of it?
Yes, I'm part of several organizations. Definitely the Galactic. And you're trying to read this one's thoughts. The one that could occur.
Takur belongs to Görk Fitnir.
That's it.
All right.
I have a problem saying that. Yes, we have an alliance with them, alliance with others, and it's pleasant talking to them. But as I said, we are around the Alaska area mostly because of the alien activity that goes along, happens around there. Many, you call it malevolent entities, are much is going on around there, and we try to keep the peace. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
That's
So what's your relationship to reptilians?
which ones, though? Benevolent or malevolent?
Say again, which ones?
Yeah, which ones?
I don't know. We know of some of the names of reptilian races. Would you be able to tell us a
Yeah.
little more? Which ones are good, which ones are bad?
Well, yeah. So let me might as well see. This vessel has. He has. We're allowed to speak through this because he has lifetimes with the Alpha Draconians. So we kind of he has understanding, so we can explain to you as to what is going on. We do have conversations with them all the time, trying to show that we're not malicious in any way, and they have their agendas. We try to stay out of it. So they work around your planet constantly, and we're trying to, as I said before, try to keep the peace. Not necessarily agree with what they're doing, but we have a communication with them all the time. They actually tell us what they're going to do. We don't agree with it, but there's not too much we can do because of the situation on your planet. We do talk to malevolent, positive. We'll just use that word. Positive reptilians. There are many on your planet that we speak to, not on a daily basis, but we do keep communications with them. And many of them want this ascension to happen, the positive ascension. Want the human race, to realize that there's a positive timeline and they are on it. So that's what I'm trying to get.
Can you ask them if they allow to tell to pronounce their names for their race right now?
Reptilians?
Yeah. I want names. I want something verifiable, if possible, if it is appropriate. If they don't want it, that's fine. I don't want to put you in any trouble. But if they allow you to pronounce it, it would be helpful.
I mean, what kind they are, or
Yeah,
their,
the race name, or the representation name, something which is a name.
it would be easier if you mentioned the name and I can say yes or no. Does that work? Or no?
Oh, do I remember them? No, I actually don't remember. I can look it up on my webpage.
Oh, okay. Well, such as your riser that's on your what is this? What is he
Oh,
called?
riser, yes, that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, his species we speak to. Not
Oh,
all
okay.
the time, but on a on and off. Not all the time. At least me personally, someone else might be doing it, but I we speak to their race occasionally. So
Hmm.
that might help. Does that help?
Yes.
If you want others, I can't access that right now. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't want to stress you. Can you tell a little bit about your personal uh, features, specifics? What makes you different? What is your passion? What are you proud of?
That I'm part of a race of, I hate to say this, primitive planet of Earth. I am proud that I can be part of this to help them realize that unfortunately there's much darkness on your world and that there is light, and I am proud to be able to spread that light any way I can. Any thoughts, any feelings, you know, the ways of your world, even I like to put it, your media is, they say they're friendly, but they're not, because it's mostly negative. And I want to put that out there, is that what they're doing is bringing down your energy, and that is, it's not helping anything as your media operates. I want to express that there's a positive information that can be spread across your world just as they do, but without the negative. Be able to broadcast peace and light and educate those and what their abilities are, where they can be psychically, and help them with their abilities to become connect to your higher self. So that is, we are working on that, and that's what I'm proud that I can be a part of this to help hopefully put this information out there. If
Thank
that
you.
if that answers your question, hopefully it will.
I wanted something personal. What do you like? Do you have like personal life? Do you have
Yes.
something very personal which you can
Yes.
show to us?
I'm sorry. I'm going all bad around. Yes, I like sports. It's a different type of sports in your planet. Can't can't access it right now
That's fine.
through this vessel. But sports, I enjoy that. Music, hang out with friends and family. I am thinking about children at one time, but right now I'm busy. But yes, socializing is my definite fun.
Do you hug?
I warn people before I do that, but yes, can
I see.
sometimes. Mostly it's communication through telepathy.
In your sports, do you use technology or is it primitive?
Primitive.
Do you use any tools like balls and sticks and things of that sort?
Yes, ball. Yes, a ball. Yes, like kickball, something like that. Something similar to that.
Do you use your mouth to catch the ball or not?
No, I don't. No.
Uh, so you use your hands or feet to play with
Most
the ball?
mostly feet. It is like, you're gonna find this funny. It's kind of like your soccer.
Do you use your tail?
I try my feet. Try to keep the tail out of there.
So you don't use your tail to touch the ball and play with the ball?
No, if you know what you're doing, you can just use your feet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at it.
How big would it be the ball in our size, in our dimensions, like feet or
Kind
centimeter?
of like basketball size.
Oh, it would be tiny for you.
Yeah. Well, it worked.
Um, Many of our members of our community would love to play ball with you.
Yes.
Maybe we would have to use some sort of how do you say, rules which would limit your ability and your strength and make sure you don't crush us. We
Yes.
might use a lighter ball and put you somewhere in a position where we would be sort of equalized.
Yes. Definitely. Yes, I would consider that definitely.
We are very much into sports. I play volleyball. I love volleyball. It's the game when you play with fingers on your palms
Yes.
and you use a net, so you never touch the opposite side. Well, one team on one side, one team on another side. It's a very peaceful and intellectual game. But you attack, but intellectually, mostly intellectually.
Yeah.
All right, I found the page. So we made a summary. Reptilian race one, Lashunda. It's a member of Gorkvitnir. And Reptilian race two, it's Fenton. And have you ever met General Orokor?
No, it does not ring a bell. No.
So friendly reptilians. He also called them Sharptooth. And Reptilian race three is Zespods, and introduces introduces risers, and Grindel is a member of this race. They're sort of
Um.
neutral.
Sorry. Sharptooth does sound familiar. For some reason that resonates. So I might
Uh-huh.
know him by name. I might know him by a different name. Let's put it that way. So,
Uh,
go on. Sorry.
yeah, and four and five, we don't know anything about them except they're negative to humans.
Yeah, we're not going to go to that. So there was another. What was the other one? Before I interrupted.
Um, Lashunda most positive, Fenton second, Zeptods neutral, and four and five are negative. We don't know anything about them.
What was this? The third one, Zeptods. That one sounds more. We communicate that one on occasion. On occasion.
Um, I think I uh, I ran out of questions for now, but I would invite you. Maybe you can give us some poetry or a blessing or a song.
One moment. Uh, I can't access that here. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, no problem. What's your God? How do you see God?
All loving is an infinite God, always within us all, making us all equals. Um, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you pray to God?
yes, all the time, daily.
Can you give us a prayer if it is appropriate?
Yeah, I'd rather not do that right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's that part of this vessel's brain at this point. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Thank you much. It was a pleasure to meet you. I think most positive was to find that you and your peers, especially Pleiadians, would be interested in communicating to
Yes.
our community, and also that you're open to the idea of establishing another human colony on, I guess, anywhere in your space.
Yes. The only prayer I wanted to let you know, only prayer I use through this vessel, through other ones I've done this the same. Just say, just God bless you and goodwill. So
Thank you.
God bless your race and your ascension. So thank you.
Let me give you a mental present. Just a second. I will come with an image. Oh, here is an image. Imagine a cactus. Do you know what cactus is?
Yes.
It's something quite unpleasant. It has sharp spikes,
Mhm.
but sometimes they blossom and flowers come out
Yes.
of that.
Yeah.
So that's my mental image for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll be going now. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Nice to meet you, Theresa.
Thank you. Yes. All right. Hopefully that was
Ivan, welcome back. I saw that you started to, how do you call it, to perspirate, and I thought you need some breath and you need to kind of take a breath.
yeah, leave the AC off because it's noisy. Leave everything off. So that's it. I'm all right. I'm surviving.
Sabrina just joined us, so she missed the main part,
Oh,
but now she is around. She's represented by green triangle. Actually, it's a triangular pyramid, which is kind of truncated on the top.
yeah,
That's how I see it.
yeah.
And she's silenced by some reason.
Right here.
Oh, hey, Sabrina.
How are you guys?
Sabrina, Ivan, did you meet before? I don't think so.
No.
No.
No. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So did he
Um,
channel?
He just finished channeling. We met Theresa, Lyran from Galactic Federation and Ashtar Command ship over Alaska.
Yeah.
She was very, how do you say, very limited in what she was permitted to say.
Yeah.
So she didn't say any names, but she mentioned that she met Tucker, and that was nice. And she met Disdu as well. And in general, what she said was nice, and I offered her to access our list of applications and communicate to people who applied to, mostly in telepathic, and to establish maybe a new colony in their space.
And you get to you're gonna run this all through the Cur, right? Just so we fact checked all this, make sure. I mean, I imagine it's fine, but it's kind of neat to get a different perspective of it. Let's put it that way.
So do they talk to each other? Like
Tucker and Theresa?
Yeah, he said.
the two federations. Didn't you say there was?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, her ship is closely associated with Ashtar Command and is in alliance with Gorkfitnir and is part of Galactic Federation of Light. That's what she confirmed. She possibly had much more to say, but she just couldn't say that.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. I've noticed. So if you want to do another one, that's up to you. I have enough energy. I'm okay.
Take a breath for 3 minutes. Let's just chat, and then we'll do another dive.
That makes no wrong.
Why you were sweating there a lot?
Yeah.
Maybe you should get some water. Jim always keeps water next to
Yeah,
him.
we do that.
I'll get my water too.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was going to come through. Zeta looked like he was going to come through, and then that didn't happen. And then forgot there was who else was trying to come through. Lyran sort of, anyway, worked out. Somebody came through, so I guess I can't decide who's.
No. It's up to them. I give them open invitation. Good guys. We invite good
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I already spoke to Zetas, I think, couple times. I spoke to Zeta couple times, and I read their channel. Um, and yeah, well, whoever thinks it's best,
Yeah.
best for us and best to progress in our communication. And mostly, I'm inviting some aliens who are knowledgeable about Görkfitnir and could give their perspective on what is happening and the progress with Görkfitnir.
Yeah. Was you get to see a different point of view on
Yeah.
because even in one of the channeling, an Arcturian that came actually had a different opinion on helping us with the weather. Did you see that one, Max?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They said, why to stop disasters? How about we just let it go, and there will be fatalities, but at the end it will be better. That was
Yeah.
their opinion. And that Arcturian lady was quite enlightened and kind. It just, she had a different perspective.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's why I think it's interesting to get a point of view from a different federation or a different group. Yeah, because they thought that the time, in their opinion, the timeline would continue regardless. So they didn't see the timeline, losing the timeline because they let the disasters happen. But I don't think it would be nice. I don't think we would feel the same way. Those
Yeah.
that have to go through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially California right now. Jeez.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Even as it is now, it's pretty stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. Really.
Yes.
The economy
Yes.
Yeah. It's not.
mm,
Yeah.
make things dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the weather, puts the weather puts a strain on the economy,
I don't
even though
know.
we don't think so.
I don't see that. Maybe it is, but I don't see that. I'm fine with the weather. I'm mostly worried about, you know, things just going retrograde with everything. Politics, economy, culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did you see those predictions that Bashar had made? That he had
Uh,
never made
I
predictions
think I
before.
think it was pretty generic. I couldn't couldn't s- you know couldn't how do you say put a finger on that. It was very generic. Yes, he
Um,
said there will be change, but we see the change every year. So
Yeah.
no, well, because he said something about the economy at the end of this year.
okay,
Hmm.
Um,
something good or bad?
bad, but
Jeez. Right.
um, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I think I have
I think I
written.
missed that part. I think I missed that part. I started listening and then I was distracted and whatever I heard was very generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a generic one. I did a channeling yesterday. I'm gonna post it online one of these days. It was about uh, people part of the elite. Some are more new members are going to be known. More people are believe understand you. I guess that happens every year. More people are waking up to, your Illuminati. More people are waking up to it. So more, what they said, more members are going to be exposed. Let's put it that way. So interesting. And one brought up politics, but didn't really get into it. So
All right, if you're ready, I think
yeah,
you could go if you like.
okay. Let's
Okay.
see what we get. Not sure what. Greetings.
Greetings. Hello.
I am a Yahyel. Call me
Welcome.
welcome. Call me Derek. Do that.
Derek. Hi, Derek. How are you today?
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Have you met this dude?
Yes, on an occasion. I am. 1 second. Still connecting. I am more of a ground crew on Earth. I'm not. I'm in that organization, Gurkhanir.
Georg Fitner, yes.
Gurkhanir. I have a ground crew. I'm mostly within the human population. I make call appearances here and there.
Fascinating. So you look like a human.
Yes, I'm more gray though. When I'm away from society. I'm more of a gray species. But my ability is I can switch into human form easier than some of the others. So I've learned their ways, and I'm I go on certain missions on Earth. So makes me more right for this to speak to you right now.
Wonderful. I didn't speak much to people from ground crew. How do you do the shape shifting? Do you change your mass? Is it you really changed your cells?
Cells, we use technology. I have you call a psychic, or you call a energy ability where I can switch, become human. So they're kind of like your reptilians have that ability also. Some do, more advanced do. So I use technologies to sort of prolong it if I have to.
So when you're a human in human form, you really have human cells, human physiology, and you could pass as a human, right?
Yes,
If people touch you, you will be real human.
yes.
Would
I
even
might act like a human all the time, but try to.
if you got to a medical examination, would the doctor be able to see that you're not a human?
No, they won't be able to see that. I try to avoid that situation, but usually I can get away with that. They won't
So,
know.
so you would even have one heart and organs in the proper places.
Yes, but
But if they sequence your DNA, they would discover that, right?
yes, if they know what they're doing. Yes, if they're actually a real doctor. Some aren't. Some are kind of hacks. You know that. So, you have any questions? Yes, go ahead.
So what's your opinion on humans? What do you think of us?
Overcomplicated, down most of the time. I try to upbeat people, and no one wants to be upbeat. They want to be angry, or even the ones that are positive. They just, not. They can be so wicked sometimes. It just drives us nuts. But I try to work with it to understand human existence, to help help the Yahyel understand it more. They just don't understand it all, but try to help us, break in, you can say, to raise the energy.
So whatever you learn becomes the part of global, how do you say, not global, communal Yahyel mind?
Yes, it goes into like a library and everybody can access it if they wish. We're not pushing anybody into it. These do actually get information from me, so we're not exactly on a one-to-one, hello, how are you, but he is aware of my existence, let's put it that way. There's several of us on Earth.
Um, yeah. So what do you think about our future? How hopeless are we?
Not entirely hopeless. As for waking up to more species on, there's more than human species, that is a little bit easier said than done. That seems to be impossible because many are infused into their lives and don't want to go anywhere. But I feel you're on a positive timeline, but sometimes I don't see it. But um, I believe in it. I believe in a positive. I believe the human race is good. Most people are good. It's just they're entertained and infused in nonsense. But that's our perspective.
What's your opinion on hybridization program down on Earth? Do you like the idea that the aliens infuse alien genes into us?
Yes,
Does
helps.
it help us?
Yes.
Even reptilian genes?
Well, that depends on the person. Reptilian genes would be good for a football player
Oh,
or someone in the army. Of course, that is kind of done in the army. They don't realize it though.
uh-huh.
They're not aware of it through the vaccinations, but they do get some reptilian DNA
Why
Uh-huh.
do you think it's a good idea for us to get DNA infusions?
to help connect to your spirit, your higher self. Of course, many cut that down because they smoke cigarettes and drinking, and they just get disconnected, and hopefully the hybridization will reconnect them to their higher self. That doesn't always work. Your new age movement on your earth, on your planet, such as yoga, psychics, a lot of that shows that it is working. That is commonplace and is becoming more popular, as you've noticed. So it is working somewhat, but yeah, it's
So you think it's a spirituality factor, not a physical factor?
mostly spiritual, at least my opinion.
Okay.
You mentioned drinking. Do you think drinking a little bit of wine is also bad for spiritual progress?
No, but for an excess, it
Okay.
is. You know how that goes.
Uh,
Anything that's excessive, you know how that. Yeah.
how about light workers? You met light workers. What do you think about us?
Very good, very very fun to be with, very outgoing and happy, unlike the rest of the population that seems happy but on the outside but really isn't and sort of playing a charade. So when you're around light workers, they're more real. Majority of them are more real. Of course, that's when you're with people that are not part of the light worker community. Some are real, but mostly people can't be because society won't let them be real. So light workers are definitely fun to be around.
Are you dealing with some people of importance, or you just kind of in the background with just normal, like unimportant folks?
Unimportant folks. Not so I can tell you this that many of us are within Washington D.C. I am not there. I can't say exactly where I'm at right now, but many are in Washington D.C. trying to fix that mess that's there. Of course, that's kind of impossible, but we're there for observers and trying to bring a positive. Many of us are there as aides. Not a big population is there, but some of us are there, and some are aware of it. They're not aware of it anymore. Let's put it that way. If that makes any sense.
Have you formed any human ties to any like? Are any humans like really dear to you, or you're just kind of observing without forming emotional attachments?
Yes, I don't get personal attachments because I'm not allowed to, but I do through this channel. Many have come through where we sort of appear, help things out like a temp worker. We show up, we kind of bring up, sort of organize everybody, basically bring up the energy, and then we sort of disappear. There's many of us that do that. We sort of show up, help where we need it, and then we move on. So we don't get too close, you know, because it's not really part of our agenda. But
How much can you survive on Earth? How long can you survive, like physiologically, with the help of your technology? Do you have to have a vacation to restore yourself?
yes, a day is actually, I have to rejuvenate after a day. It is exhausting. You know, my work is a little bit different. It takes a day. I mean, after a day, I have to take it easy, and then I go back out. Sometimes I can last a week. It depends on what there to do. So.
Have you gone to nature? What do you think about our nature, like forest and?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's vicious in some areas, obviously, in your jungles, but yes, it's very nice. I love it. I love this. I mean, I love nature here, and I wish more people would, you know, realize the beauty of it, but they don't because they're so in their homes and locked away with technology, and you know how it goes. You know, I wish more people were a part of nature, and realize you are one with nature.
Is there anything you enjoy in human culture? Like really for fun, like not for highly spiritual thing, but just for like simple fun.
Basketball, I enjoy watching it, not necessarily playing it.
You mean on television?
Yes.
So you can watch basketball and enjoy it?
Yes. I don't. Yeah, it's interesting.
Why do you find it enjoyable?
Just, I guess you can think about it. It doesn't make any sense. So they bounce a ball and go back and forth, but it's fun to watch. You know, something that ridiculous. You know, it's kind of funny. To me, it is. It's entertainment.
When you watch basketball, can you mentally kind of enter the game and be there?
Yeah, I could, but I don't. I just like to keep up with it. I like to take walks, and I like to be social. But of course, with your culture, I can't be too social because people realize that I'm a lot more outgoing than most of them, and they realize that I don't talk about the same things. They realize I'm not from around here. Let's put it that way. So let's put it that way. But I do. Go ahead.
What is most unpleasant in your work, in terms of simple housekeeping things?
Yeah, it's working with negative people and negativity.
Mm-hmm.
It brings me down, brings many around me down that are watching me, and it's how easy people can be real positive and then a flip of a switch go negative, and those that claim to be positive aren't really positive. So that is, and I have to deal with, I'll give you a little idea where I'm at. Is where families are kind of taken apart from each other, situations like that where they're split apart. Not necessarily orphanages, but I have to be around sort of broken relationship areas, if that makes any sense. So that, sort of show up and kind of bring up the energies, such as a social worker would show up to, but not in a positive way. Show up as someone to lighten the load. I work with many, what do you call it? Oh, what's a good word for it? You can say just government work. Type things, something like that.
We are joined by Robbie, and Sabrina is with us. Do you be prepared with your questions whenever you want to jump in? I guess the main question is, there's tons of main questions, but one of them is, how can we help? Are you aware of our community of light workers in human colony community?
Yes.
How can we help? What's your advice?
You can help um, by what's it good? By expanding your. You're already doing a good job by expanding your horizons by letting more people know that you exist. There's many out there who are looking for something like this and don't know anything about it. So if there's any way to attract more people, that would be what I recommend. However, you do that, but it's definitely helpful.
Thank you. I'm thinking how can we help to you, and one thing is we know a lot about human affairs and about human psychology. So if you ever run into a problem with that, ask us. You have ways to communicate through any of our channelers and psychics. So ask us, and we can discuss and just brainstorm your problems and come up with our perspective, which might help you in your daily work. Another question: you I guess among Yahyel, you would be one of the most familiar with our monetary system,
Yeah.
from like down on the ground. What do you think about it? How can it be replaced or improved without giving away any secrets?
What did you say? Your military system or
No,
money?
monetary. Money and
Money.
commerce.
Okay. How we can improve it? How the human.
Yeah, how can it be improved? I mean, we're just looking forward. It's a disaster, but I cannot see a way out. I don't see it. I cannot imagine the human society without money.
Yeah, I gotta think about that one for a second. 1 second. Let's see, my opinion on that. I don't see any way around it. I think it should be taken away, but in a way where not everybody's freaking out. But I know that's easier said than done. Um, think it'd be better. I think it would be better without it, but of course, your governments won't let that happen. They won't help in anything. Um, I mean, your governments can really fix a lot of this, but they won't because they want to make themselves rich and make everyone else poor. That's pretty much what they're doing. And that's not the public government. There's another government that is, we call it the shadow government. And they will prevent anything like that. How can we improve it? I don't see. I don't really think about that too much.
Oh, you don't? You use the money and you don't think about money.
Well, I don't think about the future of it. I sort of work with it, but not be better. World would be better without it, definitely. But I don't have a solution for it. Wish I did.
Robbie,
What kind of economic system do you have, or exchange of goods, or how does that function in your society?
We don't have we don't have this. We don't have a monetary society. We just people work when they want to work, and we all we all get fed. We all work with each other. There's no starvation and anything like that. So I'm just here on this planet to have that. Just no one understands this place. I mean, how it's being run. I don't even realize. I mean, how it got this far is still.
So how do you keep it balanced so that some don't decide, oh, I don't want to do anything at all, and some end up doing most of the work? How do you balance that?
It's done with committees. People talk and sort of make it work. Let's put it that way. Yes, there are some like that, but we sort of figure a way around that. Hopefully that makes sense. We talk about it a lot.
Surely,
Okay.
if you find your true calling and you understand who you are, then you see your worth, you see your what you can contribute to your society, and you want to put that in because otherwise, that's a very selfish thing to hold that back.
Yes, but there are some that do that. They're just lost and don't want to be. There are some that do that, but it's up to them to change, to be part of a community.
Is it not fine to wander and explore and just be rather than to have to contribute to a society, let's say?
That is true. Yes, that is fine. Yes, some do. Yes, that is true.
Tell me
Oh,
about
greetings. My name is Rowie. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself.
Go ahead.
about other ground workers. Are they mostly Pleiadians and hybrids?
A little bit of everything. Palladians, yes. Nordics, you don't hear about them very often. There are Nordics, roundabouts, Palladians. There are, and some reptilians. Of course, I'm not sure if some of them are very helpful, but they are around. Um, as for Yahyel, there are a few. There's not a whole lot more Palladians here than anything else. But Yahyel, we have to have some down on Earth to observe, communicate, help with the energy, and to press on the ascension. So, anything else?
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do without obviously getting yourself in trouble?
How do I get myself out of trouble, or try to?
Or, tell us a little bit about why you're here without getting yourself in trouble.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Here to basically raise the energy of your Earth within your people, because, as I said, I do work within communities that are kind of broken home. I'm not going to go into too much detail in that, and sort of help bring people together. I am not the only one that does that. Many Nordics do that also. And we show up as, you could say, as what's that word again? As if someone from a government agency. That is one way.
Social workers?
Social worker, that's it. We do not necessarily like that, but as someone like that. We come in and help bring things together. And I took this on as a learning, for learning and to help my people understand the human race. And it's helped quite a bit. Of course, I deal with a lot of dark things many times, unfortunately, because that's where the real work is, to sort of bring people together. And many of your black communities, that's where I reside in, many times African American, whatever you call them. I usually reside within those groups too, because there's a lot of work that has to be done there. So I'm not necessarily, I can go in and go out and not be quite noticed that I'm not from around here, let's put it that way. So it's definitely helping your ascension. It's little things, but it helps quite a bit.
Okay, and in terms of that, what do you think uh, family structures, what is the family structure missing that you think it's creating such havoc?
There's not enough love. There's always drama. Someone wants to bring drama. Unfortunately, many families, someone wants to, they're unhappy with their lives, so they take everybody down, then they go in society and they pretend everything's great. So there's many like that sort of, they want to take their aggravation on someone, so they take it out on their family members, loved ones, children. So there was less of that would help. But many are lost on this planet, so it's kind of hard for that. And they're lost for a reason, because of the control going on right now on your planet. It's where what you call I lost train of thought because of the helicopter. Maybe because of the the entertainment, the social media stuff that's going on. All those things are plaguing this family dynamic right now, and pulling people apart. Also, it's bringing people together, but it's also taking people apart and giving them a thought of how life should be. Such as your entertainment does that, tells you how you're supposed to be as a human, which isn't, a lot of it's negative. In your entertainment system, not all of it, but much of it is, where people come in this world and they're lost. They go to television, learn how to be a person, and that doesn't help much. So,
let me ask a question which I guess is central on my mind these days, and you have a good perspective on that. How much of the negativity which we see is because of organized conspiracy versus just the chaos and natural development of things? Like in politics and economy, how much of that is organized conspiracy versus it just happened to go wrong?
as in, if it's engineered to go,
Yeah, is it controlled by someone or is out of control?
yes, it's being controlled. Yes, it's done deliberately to bring down the energies of your planet, to bring more chaos, to break up the family. Yes, imagine the entertainment, even the media is set to do that. You see that on your media, where there's racial tensions are going on right now. It's a good way to describe it. So they bring tensions to the family, and so they tear each other apart. It's a lot of it's done deliberately.
So there is a central power which is in control, and it's really directing down the negativity. Is it?
Yes, and it's not all of it, but the majority of it is. Yeah.
Not all of them what?
Not all of it, obviously. A lot of it has to do with, but most of it is, yes. Hopefully that answers your question.
So how much of that is from aliens and how much of that is from humans? Who's in control?
Oh, well.
If you're permitted to say, I don't want to put you in any trouble.
Yes, and it's funny with the alien. It's a small percent, but it does a lot. It's a small percent, but that percent, it's put in and then it grows. So it grows into it starts like 2%, but then when it hits your society, and a lot of people are trying to make money, and your media is trying to make money, so it expands to like 50, 60%. If that makes any sense. So the idea comes in, and then it sort of poisons everything.
So would that be reptilians, Nordics, Orions, Zetas? Who are those?
Mostly reptilian. Some Nordics, mostly reptilian. Because they know how.
And Orions and Zetas are not in the game anymore?
Some Zetas, some Orions. Yep. Yes. Some small. Yep. It varies. More from reptilian though.
Are they coordinated at the top, or it's like groups of different species which fight to each other?
They communicate within each other because reptilians sort of have a certain mindset, and the others sort of follow that mindset. They do it individually, and then they do it in groups. It depends on the agenda at hand. It depends on what they want to do. Sometimes they do it alone. Sometimes they do it with others. So it's different places, different times.
So you're in DC, so your mind is pretty much on Obama. What do you think about Obama? Is he positive? Is he under Syrian influence, or he's like just one of the how do you say, marionettes?
He was
Is he
under.
being controlled?
He was being controlled until recently. He's at least by aliens. Illuminati keeps a thumb on him, definitely. He is. He. I can tell you that he's come out of it. Actually, I don't know if you've noticed. He's a little bit less vicious. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but I've noticed he's a little bit less vicious and becoming more human. He hasn't sold his soul or anything like that. As for being controlled, as for what he can say and what he can do, that is always going to be the case. But as for the mind control, that has finished. The agenda is over for that. That was going on for 6 years. That has finished now. That agenda is over, and sort of now he's sort of becoming himself again. So
So was he under negative control?
yes, yes, mostly negative, mostly reptilian.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
How about Putin? Is somebody controlling Putin?
Yes, I've heard that it's reptilian, but I get more. Let's say it's Palladian influence. Not necessarily negative, but yes, positive Palladian. Reptilian, yes, there is a negative around him, but they are losing control of him right now. But the agenda is going to stay no matter what. So if he can break away from this control, either way, the agenda at hand is going to stay. So there is a positive. There are Palladians over there trying to break away from that, but reptilians are kind of planting themselves there. So they're
What's your opinion why he was absent for 10 days?
um,
If you're permitted to say.
I can say it just had disagreements, and those disagreements kind of hurt him in a way. They kind of, you know, they kind of took him out of the spotlight. Let's put it that way.
Thank you. Was it his initiative to start the war in Ukraine, or was it given from above?
That was from above, reptilian. Yes.
Oh, wow. Now, what about Netanyahu?
He's a mixed bag. He's a little bit of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Some reptilian, some gray, some Palladian. As for reptilian negative, yes. Gray, yes, there is some influence of negativity there. But there are, as I said before with Putin, there are positive Palladians there also too. And Yahyel. Lyrans kind of stay away from there, but they're aware of it. They are there as observers, and Yahyel is mostly there as a positive influence. But he's doing it as he's going to do whatever he wants. And usually it's more the reptilian area because he can have more power.
It seems that the aliens, many groups, have a very special interest in Israel. Would you care to expand on that?
Yes, because they can, you can say, destroy the world if they wanted to, because they have America under their control. Many reptilians run America from Israel. So, because Illuminati mostly runs America, so the reptilians don't always agree with what they're doing, so they kind of, there's a lot of talking back and forth. So Israel is really where a lot of the work is done. So that's a very, and you see with Iran, they want to take out Iran. So why not, if they take out Iran, why not other nations along with that? So it's, they can be very dangerous with not, and with a negative influence. Not to say they're all negative, but if they go the negative route, they can be very dangerous. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.
So. Any more questions?
Yes, I had a question. I just kind of just blanked by some reason.
Awesome.
Sabrina?
No problem.
How long have you been here?
I can't go in several years. Let's put it that way.
Okay, and are you planning to stay here or?
Yes, throughout. So yes, for many more years till you guys are ready to change over to what you call move into what's the word? Move into fourth density or get more to that point. Let's put it that way. More grown up. Whatever word you want to use for that.
Do you have protection for your physical body if somebody, say, harms you physically? Is there a way for you to just kind of get a new body?
Yes, if that happens, I can disappear and be prepared. Yeah, be repaired. Yes, or yes. That I usually avoid that. That I've had some close calls, so that's. But yeah, I can get away from that pretty. But yeah, I have technologies to fix that. I have to get on back to the ship and do all and to be. If anything serious happens to me, I have to be. I guess you can call it beamed up or something like that. However you want to phrase it.
So going back to, sorry, Max, may I
Go
ask a
ahead.
question?
Go ahead. No, yeah.
Going back to Sabrina's question, while you're here with the transformation of the Earth and the Earthlings, going through the ascension as a planet as a whole, how will this affect you as a being as well during this process of ascension?
We will. How am I answer that? We become. Let's see. What happens to us? We will gain more knowledge through this. We become more part of your society. Right now, we're trying to be part. We become more of your society. More once that ascension happens, we will be throughout your society, become part of your world, basically. So, and help, you know. Go ahead. So, that's what we're looking forward to. Kind of exciting.
We've learned, or we've been instructed or told that this is one of the first planets where the whole planet will ascend, and the ascension will happen as a whole. I don't know the validity or truth of it, because obviously the universe is infinite. So I was interested in how it would affect you being on the planet, and as being, I believe you were Grey, correct?
Yes, Yahyel, right, yes.
Yahyel Grey. Ah, beautiful. And I was wondering how that would reflect on actually personally for you, rather than other people that are not on Earth right now going through this transcendence.
Personally, yes. Obviously, the learning process will be, well, the negativity area will be calmed down finally, and I can finally rest when that happens. But personally, I can relax a little bit if that helps. And I'm not sure how else to answer that.
How much have you been humanized? When you come back to your peers, do they see that you changed and became more human?
Yes. Yes, but I'm still outgoing and more, you know, I try to have some excitement to myself. And, you know, when you're on Earth, you kind of get, when you do that, you get kind of shut down a little bit. So, it's like, if you're getting a little bit too crazy, they don't like that. So you have to kind of fit in. So, on my, you know, when I'm with my kind, it's, I have to become myself again. Let's put it that way.
Have you watched Yes Minister? Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of where? Of
There is a television series by BBC called Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister. It's a comedy, a sitcom, and I would say that would be the best test for ground workers, alien ground workers. If you love to say 90% of the jokes, you pass. If you don't get these jokes, then you need to study more.
okay, that's great. I'll look into that.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Study it yourself and test your peers. Especially if you're in DC, you have to understand the humans. And Yes Minister is very, very sophisticated, high level. I guess that's on the top of humor, human humor, especially about bureaucracy.
yeah, that's funny. I'll check into that.
Stephen Greer, have you come across of Stephen Greer's work? He is also in DC, often, not all the time, but often. He is doing inviting, going out to the nature and inviting aliens to show up in the skies and land and hang around.
I understand.
Help his group. They are ones of most enlightened, doing very positive, forward-going stuff, inviting you guys to land and show up in the skies. And he also organizes the events in DC where military people come up and in front of the cameras and tell about their experiences with extraterrestrials.
Excellent. Yes. Yes, definitely. I'll look into that.
How about David Icke? Are you familiar with David Icke's works?
Yes, definitely.
Is he correct?
Not on everything. Not every. He's been given disinformation on many fronts. Your queen, or the Queen of England, she has some reptilian in her, but her husband has more. Obviously, you can tell in his face. But the Queen does have some. She might be able to switch a little bit, but nothing like her husband. Her husband can definitely has more power. But he's been fed a lot of disinfo. He's doing it bad, but he's doing the information is definitely helpful. You know, everybody thinks he's nuts, but it's helpful. You know.
Thank you. That helps because I cite David Icke often, but I don't really know whether he is correct or not. But what you say is very much in line with what he says about who is in control. You know, reptilian conspiracy. Basically, that's his main topic, and it looks like you confirm that.
Yes, it'd be nice that he would talk about the positive ETs that are around, but he's not in tune to that. You know, it'd be nice if he spoke about that.
I think he speaks about positive things as well.
Well, he does positive.
Not as much, but he does.
But positive.
Very enlightened.
Species. Let's put that. Aliens.
Yeah.
Talks about that.
There's an interesting separation and also unification that he brings. He shows
Yes.
both sides of the coin. Obviously, some of his information is fed to him from certain things. Obviously, his latest project got shut down very quickly from the inside because they didn't want him having a TV channel. So it's very interesting. I spent many years on the David Icke forum, many years. Contributed a lot of information on there and shared a lot, but he never actually participated himself. But he's gained a lot of following recently.
Yeah,
so a lot of people listen to him.
Yes, very interesting watching that.
Are you into poetry and prayers and blessings?
Yeah, at times.
Can you give us Can you speak Yahyel to us through that channeler, through Ivan?
Yeah, this channel doesn't do languages. I can give you a poem.
Thank you.
Of course, I have to download it. One moment. Or maybe not. Yeah, this vessel has issues with that. In
Oh,
certain
fine. No problem. No
areas,
problem.
I'm going to find out more often with here.
How do you deal with human food? Are you used to human food by this time?
Yeah, I stay away from grease, and some of it I can eat.
Are you vegetarian or you can eat meat if you have to?
Vegetarian mostly, but I do eat meat every once in a while.
When you socialize, would you be able to pretend that you enjoy the meat?
Yes. Yes.
Uh, have you? Okay? Are you a male as a human?
Yes. Male, I
And
can be a female if I want to. Yeah.
oh, you can change. So
Is-
can you pretend to be attractive and some kind of do a little bit of romance with him?
Yes. Well, it's because of the sometimes women can speak to but can cut through people a little bit easier than men can in certain situations. They can show up and sort of lower the tension between people sometimes, depending on depending on the people.
So you can how do you say convert what that word shapeshift into an attractive woman if you want to.
Hmm.
Wow.
Whatever I wish, basically. Yeah, it takes some time. I have to work on it because it's just the energies, but yes, sometimes it gets complicated. That's why I have technology at times, but yes.
And your dress is adjusted on the fly? You don't have to go to the shop and buy a new dress?
Yeah, shopping. I have to shop. Yes.
Oh, you have to buy a dress?
Yes.
So you can change your body, but the dress has to be bought.
Yes. And it varies depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, usually I have to buy stuff.
What
Or
about men in black? Do they bother you?
like, yeah, they don't really know of me. I'm kind of good at saying where I know all about them, but they don't know about they don't pick on me. They don't realize I'm around. But others have. I've keep pretty good what you call it, cloaked, where they don't realize it's me. But they are around. They are mostly dealing with reptilian situations right now, reptilian agendas.
Hmm.
So I'm sort of out of their spotlight at the moment.
When you come across psychics, would they realize you're a Yahyel?
Yeah, it depends on the psychic. Yes. They won't believe. They weren't sure what they're picking up, but yes, they can. If
How
they're
about cats and dogs and animals? Would they see you as an alien or they don't really?
yeah, it depends on the animal. Yes, they can. Depends on if they care to notice or not. But if I have any food for them, they might notice.
Did you
Yeah, I was
finish?
going to ask you that if you feel comfortable around them.
Yes, yes. They don't. I can speak to them, no problem at all.
Can you mention any miracles you created by shapeshifting, like any successes, any stories where you kind of used your magic to achieve something?
I can't go into detail. I can say that I've been to many broken homes and your what you call your villas or your what's the word for it? Some of your black communities were Section 8 areas. I've been through many of those, and I've brought many people together that had no hope at all. So
Oh, you brought them together.
yeah, yes,
So you're like organized communities.
yes. Not that. organized people more than community.
Small groups.
Yes.
How do you do this?
Various different methods of, and not necessarily as a social worker, but I am like a social worker, like a neighbor sometimes. It all depends on different ways of doing it. I don't want to give away all
It's
my.
like a matchmaker. You find people who match, and then do you use your spiritual ability as well?
Yes, whatever it takes to bring people together. That.
You read minds.
Yes, yes. With permission, with spirit guides, yes.
You work with spirit guides. Do you invite angels as help?
Yes, whoever. At times, it all depends on the situation. So yes, it's.
Are you familiar with Pentim?
Mm-mm.
Pentim is our friend, like a secretary of this do or helper of this do.
I think I'm aware of he as a helper, but yeah, it comes to mind. Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Angel Yahyel?
An angel?
Yeah,
Oh, Gabriel?
Yahyel. Yahyel.
Yahyel? Yes,
Say hi to him.
I will.
Do you have your own angels? Since angels are human creation, in fact, in a way, do you have your own angels, or do they represent the same energy we do? We look into.
Yes, we do have different angels, but they do many of the same tasks as yours do. We just have different names for them all. Yes, I can't go into it right now, their names, but yes.
Our names aren't important. I was just curious because of my understanding of how the energies work in this limited brain capacity. So also it's a new field for me as well. So I'm reaching out to see how other species interact with these realms.
Yes, we're interacting with my own angels are of our planet all the time. But yes, with yours on your planet, we do on occasion, depending on the situation at hand, depending on what the spirit world
Thank you.
wants. Yes.
Sabrina?
Yeah, I don't have any more questions.
I think I want to wrap up just because of the timing. I would like to extend our invitation from our community, Human Colony, from our group of people. Some of us are telepaths, some of us are psychics and channelers. We would like to invite you and your peers from the ground crew to visit us telepathically, consult with us telepathically, and bond with us telepathically. I don't think you're permitted yet to visit us in physical form, but the telepathical, I think, would be just fine for now. So we would invite you, and we want to help you as much as possible.
Yeah, so we will speak to these do and bring talk about what's going on right here and definitely communicate with you in the future. Definitely.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
God bless all of you.
Sabrina, can you give us a blessing?
Okay. I would even invite Roy since he does speak Yahyel.
Okay.
Are you up to it, Roy?
On the spot time.
Okay.
I'd rather pass for the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Taniaria akani kutuku akianoku aki. Karianadio kuru akatanu. Korono koku aka. Tonoru aka. Tono kutukutu. Anasuku aki ki aku. Nariaria kutu anaka tukuaka. Alano ruanaka. Ti kutu no kutuku. O nakani ekia kioku. O naka akari eniaka. Tonokua ana ari akua tuokata. En taka anaka. Tonokuruaka ri kia kuaraka. Tonokuruaka naka tukua.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes. Translation in this vessel is unavailable, so sorry. Can't translate it here. So that was beautiful, though. Thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you. I will talk to you later. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Namaste, everyone.
Those things.
Ivan, thank you very much for your work. It was fun.
Good.
Good
Clear.
quality, good communication.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
the ground workers seem to be coming through me. Pretty fascinating stuff.
Yeah, I've only met some in my dreams.
Yeah, there's definitely several of them here, that's for sure. Never met one in person, but if
How much did you hear of what was happening?
I hear it, but I don't remember it. So I hear some of it. I'm not in a room, but I'm here, but I don't remember everything. So fascinating stuff. Yeah, some seem really human, some aren't so human. That one seemed to be pretty humanistic. And yeah, Neil and the Lyran seem to be more, human. Well, at least human traits, let's put it that way.
I would invite you to join our hangouts and just hang out with other people of our community, because just hanging out is something very
That's true.
It's an
healing.
experience.
Yeah, that's true.
You just realize that until now you were like, as we say in Russia, a white crow, like very unusual kind of fallout, and then you just discovered you're not the craziest.
Yeah, I know.
You
Yeah.
may be one of the most normal in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can't make the morning ones because I work on the weekends usually, but yeah, anything evening or
Oh, we have
Yeah.
in the Google, how do you call it? Hangouts. Google Hangouts, that green round box with a quotation mark in the Gmail. We will be inviting you to Hangouts, and usually like 2-3 times a day there is an open Hangout where people just hang out together. It's not on record usually. It's just for people.
Yeah, we can add you to the chat boxes, and then the links get posted there, and you could also add Human Colony on Google Plus.
Okay.
Search for Human Colony and just add it to your circles.
He's already there. I saw
Okay.
it today. So that is already
Okay.
done.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So we just will invite you to Hangouts, and some of them are video and like that format, just off record, and people just chat and just you come from real world to this dream world and realize that there are light workers like you and I, and our community is growing, and it's just a different life.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yep. Yeah, it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So Yeah. Yeah, I never thought I could be doing this, but yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. So yeah, thank you. I'll definitely be part of that. Okay.
Let me do a blessing now. Oh, what can I say? Oh, light, light, light. Light is spring has come. The grass is growing and the life continues. The dark, much of the darkness has passed, and let's enjoy the spring. Let's enjoy that rebirth, revival. Whatever wars are happening, as Tucker said, just cut through it as a knife. You don't have to ignore it. You don't have to be part of it. You just cut through. Be aware, but be a whole. Be strong. Be pure. And then whatever darkness is around you is around. It's not inside. Purify yourself to be pure light, like crystal of light. Purify your DNA, purify your health, purify your thought patterns. Be pure. Unite with people alike. Unite with bright sparks. Recognize them everywhere. See bright spark in everyone and unite with this brightness. Cut through the darkness. Cut through, unite, link, and make these links pure, shining with love, laughter, joy, game, play. And while running, while moving forward, stay in balance. The only possible balance is in movement. The only possible balance is in play. The only possible balance is in laughter. The only possible balance is in love. Amen.
Very good. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Thank you for joining us, and good start.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
Yep.
Bye.
Well,
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.